Welcome back, friends. This is going to be part 2 of the slime sweater tutorial. Check out part 1 if you haven't already to get caught up. So buckle up, grab your hook and your yarn, and let's continue this amazing sweater. Now we get to the ooey gooey juicy part where we make our slime drips. This is a unique pattern that I've created myself, so I hope you enjoy. You can really add this to anything that you would like, so let's get into it. To start the first strip, you're going to chain 20. Now, starting in the 4th chain from hook, work 1 double treble crochet. Then continue working 1 double treble crochet into the next 3 chain spaces. Now you will work 1 triple crochet into the next 2 chain spaces. Now work 1 double crochet into the next 3 chain spaces. Now you can work 1 half double crochet into the next chain space. Now work 1 single crochet into the next 5 chain spaces. And finally, work 1 double crochet in the last chain space of your original chain 20. Now to complete the drip, you're going to slip stitch into the 3rd stitch at the top where you started the chain 20 to attach the drip to the body of the sweater. And once you've completed these steps, the drip should look something like this. Now to create space between your drips, you're going to slip stitch into the next 1 to 3 chain spaces depending on how far apart you want them. You can of course make this more if you would like, it's just up to you. Now for slime drip number 2, you are going to chain 8. And starting in the 3rd chain from hook, work 1 double treble crochet in the next 2 chain spaces. I did make a mistake here with my first double treble crochet, but just do it like you normally would. Now you will work 1 triple crochet into the next 2 chain spaces. Now work 1 double crochet into the next chain space. And then work 1 single crochet into the final chain space of your original chain 8. And this is what your drip should look like at this point. Finally, you're going to slip stitch into the 2nd stitch at the top to attach the drip to the body. And when you're done, the slime drip should look something like this. And again, you're going to want to create space between your drips by slip stitching into the next 1 to 3 chain spaces. This is what I recommend, but you can do more if you would like. Now, to start slime drip number 3, you're going to chain 15. Then, starting in the 3rd chain from hook, work 1 double treble crochet in the next 2 chain spaces. Now work 1 triple crochet into the next 3 chain spaces. Now work 1 double crochet into the next 2 chain spaces. Please forgive the bad autofocus. Now work 1 single crochet into the next 4 chain spaces. Now work 1 double crochet into the final chain space of your original chain 15. And finally, to finish the slime drip, we're going to slip stitch into the 3rd stitch at the top to attach it to the sweater body. And here is a tip. You can measure how many stitches to skip and slip stitch into by lining up the drip against the body, and this will tell you how many stitches across it is. And when you're done, the slime drip should look something like this. Now you're going to continue creating slime drips all the way around the body of the sweater. You can make them as long or short as you would like by just repeating these steps in whatever order, and it's completely customizable. You'll notice that once you're done crocheting the slime drips, they don't exactly lay flat. They're kind of all twisty and turny. You don't have to worry about this because you can sew them to the striped sweater body later so that they'll lay flat and nice and they won't kind of just do whatever they want. And this will make it look like that drippy, oozy, gooey slime effect that we're looking for. And shifting gears, we are going to start on the striped sweater body. You're going to choose your 2 colors. I chose black and white. Now we are going to start crocheting at the bottom of the big sleeve hole. This will hide the seam better so it goes down the side of your body instead of down the back or front. Now you are going to attach your first color to the sweater by inserting the hook into a stitch, pulling up a loop, and chain 1 to lock in place. Now you want to measure how long you want the rest of the body of the sweater to be, so from where we ended the slime drips down to whatever length you desire. So then once you figure out how long you want it to be, you're going to chain up to that length. Mine was 32 chains. Once you are done chaining up to the length you desire, you're going to add 3 extra chains to that original chain. Starting in the 4th chain from hook, add your first double crochet. Then continue working 1 double crochet into each chain all the way down until you reach the last chain. This is what it will start to look like as you work down. When this row is complete, it will look something like this. When you double crochet to the top, attach this row to the body with a double crochet and stop when there's 2 loops on the hook. Now grab your second color, loop it around your hook, and pull through both loops, then chain 1 to lock in place. Turn your work and insert the hook into the first top stitch. 2 loops should be on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Locate the 2 loops facing you, 1 left and 1 right, and insert the hook into the left loop. Yarn over and then pull through the 2 loops on the hook. Then yarn over again and pull through both loops. This will simulate our first double crochet in the place of making a double crochet. Once you are switched over to your second color, attach the second color to the body by slip stitching, just like you do with the slime drips. Continue working 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way down until you reach the last chain. Take your first color along with you as you work. Make sure to count your stitches so it remains even all the way around the body. At the bottom, you're going to work your last double crochet into the first chain from the extra chain 3 that you added to the length when you made your initial chain for the body length. With 2 loops on your hook, grab your first color, loop it around your hook, and pull through both loops, then chain 1 to lock in place. Turn your work and insert the hook into the first top stitch, 2 loops on hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Locate the 2 loops facing you, 1 left and 1 right, and insert the hook into the left loop. Yarn over and then pull through the 2 loops on the hook. Continue working 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way down until you reach the last chain. Make sure to take your second color along with you as you work. Make sure to count your stitches so it remains even all the way around the body. At this point, it should look something like this. Back at the top, work your last double crochet and stop with 2 loops on hook. Drop your first color and pick up your second color. Loop it around your hook and pull through both loops. Instead of doing a chain to lock it in place, attach this row to the body by slip stitching, then turn your work. Insert hook into first top stitch, 2 loops on hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Locate the 2 loops facing you, one left and one right, and insert the hook into the left loop. Yarn over and then pull through the 2 loops on the hook. Continue working 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way down until you reach the last chain. Take your first color along with you as you work. Make sure to count your stitches so it remains even all the way around the body. At this point, it should look something like this. When you're done working your stripes all the way around the body of the sweater, it should look something like this when it's done. You can make the stripes thicker by doubling the rows of each color. And now we are moving on to the sleeves. You're going to start by locating the chain 4 you worked when you were separating the sleeves and the body. Then attach your yarn to the 3rd chain in the chain 4 by laying yarn on hook, pulling through, and chaining 2. Then work 1 double crochet in the same chain space and in the next chain space as well. Now we're going to work a tog by inserting hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, there should be 3 loops on your hook, then insert hook into the next stitch, yarn over, and pull through 3 loops. Then yarn over again and pull through the last 2 loops. This will join the corner better to reduce any gapping. Continue working 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around until you reach the next corner. At the corner, we're going to work a tog again by inserting the hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, there should be 3 loops on your hook, then insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Then yarn over again and pull through the last 2 loops. Then continue working 1 double crochet into each stitch until you reach the beginning of this row. Now slip stitch into the original chain 2 space to join. You can go from the back to hide the join better. Now we're going to start our next round. Chain 2, then work 1 double crochet in the same chain space and in the next chain space as well. Continue working 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around until you reach the start of the round. Then you're going to continue working this way in rounds until you reach your desired length. I worked 21 rows to reach the length that I wanted. When you're done, it should look something like this. Now this is where we make the sleeve really shine. We're going to make a puff sleeve by making the cuff. I am so excited for this. So you're going to keep your yarn attached to your sleeve to start working on the sleeve cuff. And you're going to switch to your 4.5 millimeter hook. Insert your hook into the yarn loop from where you stopped making your sleeve to attach it to the body. Then chain 15 plus 1 extra chain. You can chain to the length you desire. You don't have to do it at the same length I did it. Starting in the second chain from hook, work 1 single crochet in each chain all the way down. Make sure to count your stitches to make sure it's the desired length. When you reach the bottom, it should look something like this. Then you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, then skip 3 stitches and slip stitch into the 3rd stitch that you come to. This will make the cuff tight, and in return, the sleeve will be puffy when finished. Now you're going to flip your work and put 1 single crochet in the back loop only of each stitch all the way up to the top. When you reach the top, it should look something like this. Now chain 1, flip your work, and put 1 single crochet in the back loop only of each stitch all the way up to the top again. And when you reach the bottom, it should look something like this. Then you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, then skip your 3 stitches, and put a slip stitch in the 3rd stitch that you come to. This will make the cuff tight and the sleeve puffy at the end. Then you're going to just continue these steps all the way around until you reach the row that you started with, and then you can slip stitch or sew it together, however you prefer to join 2 pieces. And when you're done, it should look something like this. The cuff will be smaller than the sleeve, and this is what makes it puffy. I absolutely love this look, and I am dying for it. Next up, we're doing the body ribbing. This is basically the same thing you did with the collar and the puff sleeve cuff, and you can switch to a bigger hook for a looser ribbing. I'm going to use my 5.5mm hook. You're going to attach your yarn to the sweater by inserting your hook into a stitch on the bottom of the body of the sweater, pulling up a loop and chaining one to lock in place. I usually attach it to the seam, the side seam, so that it's hidden better, but you can do it wherever you want. And then you're going to start by chaining 7. This is going to make your ribbing 6 chains wide. So you can make it as long or short as you would like. It's completely up to you and completely customizable. Starting in the first chain from hook, work 1 single crochet into each chain all the way down. Make sure to count your stitches to make sure that they are the correct amount you would like. At this point, it should look something like this. Now chain 1 and slip stitch to the sweater body to secure it in place. Then flip your work and put 1 single crochet in the back loop only of each stitch all the way up to the top. Then chain 1 and put 1 single crochet in the back loop only of each stitch all the way up to the top again. At this point, it should look something like this. Now slip stitch to the sweater body to secure it in place and chain 1. You're going to continue this pattern and work this all the way around the body of the sweater, and then slip stitch or sew together however you prefer to join 2 pieces together. And when you're done, it should look something like this. And now to final touches. You'll notice that the body of the sweater that you did with the slime drips at the top green part and the striped body at the bottom, they're not fully tacked together. They just kind of have these single points in between some longer gaps. So you're going to want to stitch these together better. So you're going to grab a long piece of yarn and a yarn needle. You're going to thread the needle with the yarn and start sewing together like I'm showing you here, or however you prefer, all the way around. You can essentially put these together however you would like. I chose to do a sewing method, but you can of course do a slip stitch or any other method you prefer to put 2 pieces together more securely. You're also going to want to sew down your slime drips to the body of the sweater. However you prefer to do so, you can go all the way around, or you can kind of just tack them in certain places to make sure that they are flat and look like that drippy slime effect that we're going for. Here's kind of a before where they're curly, and then here's an after where they're tacked to the body. It looks really good, and I absolutely love it. We went from this to this. Oh my gosh, this is the final result. It looks amazing, unique, beautiful, wonderful, everything awesome and wonderful under the moon, La Luna. I am so happy with how this turned out. I hope you love this crochet pattern and tutorial as well. Let me know down in the comments if you tried this and how you felt about it, what you think, all of that good stuff. And I am so happy you joined me to make this sweater, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay spooky, my ghouls.